Hey everyone, we're back with the Bissell PowerGlide Pet upright vacuum. Today is going to be a tutorial video showing you how to disassemble and clean this video to fix loss of suction, loss of performance, and other issues that you might run into with this vacuum. It's going to be a maintenance procedure video that you can do at your house. You can follow along with this. These are not things that are going to void your warranty or break your machine. These are just general maintenance procedures that anyone could do, but a lot of people don't know how to do. So without further ado, let's begin. Alright, so the things you need would be some all-purpose, non-abrasive, non-bleach cleaner, some rags, pairs of tweezers, a screwdriver, I chose a ratcheted screwdriver, and if you have one, a second vacuum. So step number one are the real basics. Making sure that your bin is not overfilled. The max fill line on most vacuums is going to be around here. You can see it's right here on this Bissell, relatively low. That's to keep the shroud clean. I'll show you what that part is. So step number one is to empty your dirt bin, and I'm going to show you how to do that. It's very similar. Most vacuums, it's the same. You just press this button and empty out your dirt. So now getting into if your shroud is clogged, the shroud, I will show you what that is. We're also going to go over how to clean the filters. We're going to lift this up. All you do is you twist. It's like this normally, and if you twist like that to the unlock position and then just lift, this machine has several filters. Some will be clean, some will not. You can see this filter is pretty clean. This filter is very clean. This filter probably doesn't need to be washed, but I'm going to wash it anyway for the purpose of the video. Then you can lift this up and out, just like so. You can see there is some hair along these edges. I'm going to vacuum all that hair off. Now, I'm not sure if this comes off. It does not appear that this comes off. Maybe it does. Actually, it might. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a prying tool, which would be this prying tool right here. And I'm just going to run it along right now. Let's use a guitar pick. See if we can take this piece off. Does not appear that it comes off, but that's okay. We're just going to tap this out. Get all the dirt out of the inside of the cyclone pack, which is in here. And take this tool off, and we're just going to do this right here. It's really as clean as you need to get this part. I will clean the top off now, and I'll show you how to do that. So all we're going to do is this right here. Now we're going to clean the bin bottom like this. And that's about as clean as you really need to get it. So next is the second filter in the machine. You press this red button right here. It says filter. This comes off, and then right here you have your post-motor filter. This is a pleated filter. You grab this little plastic piece right here and pull out, and now you have access, again, if I don't drop it, to this filter. As you can see, it has a little carbon dust on it. All I'm gonna do is just grab some of my all-purpose cleaner, just spray it on like this, onto the rag, and just wipe the seal to the filter just like this, just like that. Give it a good wipe down, give it a good drying with the dry part of the cloth. If this filter is completely black with dirt, you will need to replace it. It is not washable. I'll put in the link in the description where you can buy this filter if I can find one. And to put it back, you line up these two tabs on this side. Make sure these two tabs go in these two holes, and then go on this side and click, and now your post-motor filter is in place. You line this up. When you hear the click, it's back in. Let's clean the brush roll. So all we do is you tip the vacuum over like this, and then you lower the power head. Now to clean your brush roll, you're going to need to take the base plate off. There are quite a few screws. So we're going to start off with this one. Common issues with lack of performance can be your brush roll being clogged. If your brush roll is clogged, it's relatively simple to fix. I'm about to show that. It's very easy to fix this once you get this piece off. Okay, so now that you have this piece off, you can grab your brush roll and simply pop it out like so. Doesn't seem like it wants to excuse me, come off. So you can see how much pet hair is embedded in this brush roll. There's a lot, actually. There's a lot of hair. Now we get into what the tweezers are for, and I'm going to show you. You take the tweezers with the point like this, and you just run it along, and you just start pulling the hair off. It's safer than using scissors, because you can accidentally cut brush bristles off using scissors. That's not good. See all the hair we're pulling off. Keep doing this until you get all the hair cleaned off the brush roll. Another way to clean hair off of a brush roll, I'll show you how to do that. It's pretty easy to do if you have a second vacuum. Is you take the rotating brush from another vacuum and you just run it across like this. Turn it on a higher suction power. And that will get the brush roll very clean and get most of the hair off. There is still some hair on the brush roll, but generally it's pretty clean. You can also run another brush through and just groom the brush bristles like this. If you have a lint brush, you can go over like this, and as you can see, there was hair being picked up. Just the correct way. Yeah. It's mainly these yellow and blue bristles that get the hair caught on them. The other bristles are to assist on hard floors, actually. Okay, so now that that is clean, you can set it back in, making sure that the brush roll, whoops, Don't do what I did there. Make sure that this belt is back on its teeth. And then line it up. Can be tricky sometimes. Now your brush roll is back in. I'm going to quickly vacuum the housing out where the brush roll goes. Show you how to do that. I'm going to take the LG again with the brush. Vacuum this piece out. Now I'm just going to quickly wipe this piece off. I'm going to spray some cleaner on the rag. I'm just going to keep wiping this piece out until it's relatively clean. It doesn't have to be spotless. Just want to get it relatively clean. Now, one thing we will check and make sure there's no hair caught in the wheels. Both wheels spin perfectly fine, so we do not need to do anything on that. Quickly wipe right here. All right, that looks clean. That looks good. Make sure that there are no clogs in this area right here, this suction path. No clogs here, no clogs up this clear hose right here. Cleaning the brush roll is pretty much one of the most important things you can do for your vacuum, is to make sure that the brush roll gets clean. Okay, that is in. And that is in. Make sure that it's all correctly lined up. Yes, it is. And now we can take the machine and bring it back upright. Another thing to do is, where did I put, is to vacuum the back part right here off. Static from emptying the machine can cause dirt to stick back there. Wiping the seals off is also pretty important, just like this. I'm wiping this seal off like that, and then wiping the seals on the bottom of the dirt bin, also important. Now wiping the inside of the dirt bin. Just quickly clean off the outside. All right, that looks pretty clean. And then wiping the seal on this. The seal is very dirty. Wiping the outside of that. That looks pretty good. Again, lining this up. I'll have to remember exactly where it goes. Looks like just like that, just like this. Make sure it's down. And now I will show you how to wash your filters. I will be right back. Okay, so to wash your machine's filters, it's a very easy step. I will show you exactly how to do it. All you do is you start getting the filters wet like this, and you start squeezing them out. My filters are quite clean, but if your filters are exceptionally dirty or smelly, you apply just a tiny drop, a couple tiny drops of dish soap in the middle of the filter like this, and start squeezing out the filter. Palmolive, which is what I use, is very good on strong odors. Make sure to thoroughly rinse the filter. You never want to put a wet filter back into a vacuum. Use lukewarm to a little warm water. Do not use hot water, like really hot, but use decently warm water because it will clean your filters better. Just keep rinsing like this. Rinse until the water is completely clear. There's still a little soap left. Keep rinsing and rinsing and rinsing. Still a little soap. Okay, I think 2 or 3 more times of this and it should be soap free. Never put the filter back wet with any soap in it. Okay, I think one more go over. Really getting this filter very soaked. And that is free of soap. This filter doesn't really need any soap. Just start doing this, keep rinsing it. Over like that. Squeeze it like that. Keep rinsing it on all sides until all the dirt is out. And I'm going to show you how to dry the filter. All you do is you take a microfiber towel like this one and you wrap the filter in the towel and you just squeeze the filter out like this. Hold it for a couple seconds and now release and do the same thing with this filter. This flat filter tends to hold on to water a little bit better than the other filters do. So make sure to get these filters dry and wait a decent bit of time before putting them back in your machine. You never want to put wet filters back in your vacuum. You can ruin it and it will make the filters get dirty quicker. So let's continue with the maintenance. Another very important thing is to check for clogs in your machine's system. So I'll show you how to do that. So you turn around the machine like this. You grab here, make sure there's no clog in here. You can see through, just like that. Make sure there's no clog. Stretch along the length of the hose like this. And pull the hose out like that. Pull on the length of the hose. Make sure that there are no clogs in it. Just go along like this. If there are no clogs in the hose that you can find, then check right up in here. Make sure there's no clogs. Make sure that your suction port lines up on the plus setting like this, because if it's not on the plus, you will be losing suction. Put your finger in here, make sure there's no clog, and look down from here. If there's no clog there, then you're good. If there is a clog there, then you can run a broom handle through the hose. I don't even know where all that hair came from. You can run a broom handle through the hose to release the hair or the dirt that's clogging it. To check down here, it's very simple. You just go like this and you can reach down and remove a clog. To check from the front, all you have to do is just check in here and see if there's a clog. There's a little bit of dust right there, so I'm going to remove that. Okay, so one of the final steps is fixing your turbo tool. If your turbo tool is clogged or not spinning, but your vacuum is okay, all you do is you twist this. When it's default, like how it comes is like this, so grab it and spin it like this, and then just lift and remove. You can take this piece off. That's the fan and the brush roll. Both pieces come off. If it's dirty or dusty on the inside, you can either wash this out or just vacuum it out, which was what we're going to do. the vacuum going. Vacuum hair off of this piece right here. Some hair off the brush roll. Make sure there's no hair on the edges or corners or down in here. If there is any hair, use a pair of tweezers, like these ones right here, to dislodge any of the hair. Since mine is pretty much clean, I don't have to do that. You can also remove hair like this and like this. There are a couple specks right here, so we can use the tweezers to remove like that. To put your tool back together, step number one, here's the belt. Make sure that the belt is clean. You don't want to bring dirt that you sucked out back again. Backing it off like that. Now to put your tool back together, simply put the fan back in first, line it up like so, with the rounded part up and the pointy part down. Then take your belt like so, and then grab your brush roll and put the belt onto the brush roll, and then your brush roll will just drop down into place. Make sure it spins. Take the top, put it back down, align it, and now you are finished cleaning out your turbo tool. There's hair on this vacuum up here somehow. Okay, so you can put your turbo tool back. With all these procedures done, your machine should be working perfectly now. If you're still having problems, I would recommend contacting Bissell's helpline, either with call or email, I think is what they have. Those are the things that you can do to fix loss of suction in your Bissell PowerGlide upright vacuum. And those are all the main procedures you can go through to cleaning out your machine and make sure that it is working perfectly and it's not clogged or losing suction. And that should have your machine fixed. So let me know what you think about this video with the Bissell PowerGlide Pet upright vacuum. I really do like this vacuum, and I hope you enjoyed this quick maintenance procedure on how to clear out your machine and get it working again. Like, comment, and subscribe. Tell me what you think, and I will see you next time with more videos. Goodbye.